The store has moved. All the merch is now at store.ymhstudios.com. This is what happened. So yesterday, the guy calls me, and I go deliver it to his house. He knocks, and Leanne's like, "Who are you?" And I hear her, and I'm like, "It's Tom. It's me." So she goes, "Oh." She goes, "What is this?" And I go, "It's an e-bike." She goes, "E-bike?" She goes, "You know he's fat, right?" And I go,
100%. Cheers.
Coffee for life, dog.
Dude, I'm being serious. I might really get into coffee. I listened to that episode with the Black Rifle guys, and hey guys, brand new episode of Two Bears One Cave. Did you like that pivot of personality?
Yep.
Today I had an orgasm, and
what do you mean I had an orgasm? Were you doing something to get it?
No. Do you know what?
You make it sound like you sneezed. I was walking to my kitchen and I came.
No, Leanne's about to suck my dick, right?
Okay.
And she does the tap on it that she always does with a little mic tap, and now she's laughing hard as fuck because it made it in the act, right?
Right.
She's like, I haven't done that every time. I'm
Wait,
like,
didn't you get a hand job yesterday?
Yesterday I got a hand job. Yeah, how did I tell you that?
Yeah,
I got a hand job yesterday because it was my birthday.
Okay.
And then
I would have asked for the beach on my birthday.
We didn't have time. Oh, okay. We had a very busy day yesterday.
Were you really fired up to, like, in order to come with a hand job? Like, I feel like a hand job, you can't be like, I'm kind of into it. You got to be ready to go.
Well, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
I was ready to go.
Backed up? How many days since you came?
A lot. She went, whoa, that came out a lot. Yeah. And I immediately thought of Michael Stahl.
Yeah.
I was like.
And you're like, was it 18 feet?
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, I started looking up PLASTT porn after he.
Oh my God!
I have Jade my D to some PLASTT pictures.
Oh,
I love it. It's like authentic, and I love that they're all like happy. I think that's a big thing too. You're like, I'll jerk off to this. They don't seem like they're. I mean, even though I can get off if a girl's like crying.
Yeah.
But like if she's happy, it seems like it's pretty cool.
Scared underwear behind the ear.
Oh, that's ours. Yeah.
Armpits. Oh, is this ours?
That's
Scared
ours.
underwear behind the ear.
Subeep. Yeah, that's our.
We haven't got a lot of submissions yet.
Scared underwear behind the ear and
but
armpits.
we will be getting those next week, and we will have a lot for you. So we should do our own.
Yeah.
So she's about to give me a. So man,
shout out to the PLASTT section.
Shout out to Dr. Drew's wife,
Reddit.
by the way.
Why?
Whatever she fucking did on Push's podcast, where she said I suck his dick 6 times a week, or 6 times a week.
Dr. Drew fucks.
Yes, he does. By the way,
The best is that it's the internet things kind of like twist and turn, as we both know, and like you're like that. There's a root of truth in that. So now, like we saw Shaggy from ICP. Who's on? He's like,
that's so funny.
He's like, Dr. Drew, he fucks all kinds of bitches, and then they're just running with that he's fucking bitches everywhere. He's like, no, I fuck my wife.
Dr. Drew's just fucking knuckle deep in everybody.
Listen, if you meet Dr. Drew, you're getting fucked. Okay.
Dr. Drew was, I think, on Stanhope's End of the World podcast the other day for the election. Oh. Anyway, pivot. So I'm about, but my shout out to Dr. Drew's relationship, Susan and
Pinsky,
because now Leanne, every time she goes down and
put your
gives
headphones on. You'll just like to hear like what he says. It's just ridiculous. Go ahead.
Informed Juggalo says, hey, Tom Segura, invite me on the podcast so I can try it out with you and Dr. Drew. 4 strokes with my brother is my favorite. Great, more riddles. Yeah. No, I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing here. It's like me saying that. Hey, Tom Segura, invite me on the podcast so I can try it out with you and Dr. Drew. 4 strokes with my brother is my favorite. Is that like he wants us to have a threesome and 4 strokes?
I think he's talking about different strokes, season 4.
Well, he's talking about fucking... Because remember, he was talking about Dr. Drew was like fucks bitches like crazy.
So like that, like what happens is someone hears that, and then that's all they remember. Dr. Drew fucks bitches like crazy,
I love that.
Poor guy's like, I love my wife.
By the way, I met Shaggy at a show one time.
You did?
Yeah, he came back. I want to say it was when I was with Sal Volcano. He's a big fan of Sal's.
Oh yeah.
And he came back and I remember Kyle Kinane was just there. Kyle Kinane's got such a and then he was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm sure it was Shaggy. And he was like, "Hey, I'm Shaggy from Insane Clown
Kinane
Posse.
was like,
Yeah, you know, Kinane's just
something
like,
on your face.
no, he didn't have his makeup on.
Oh, he did. Hey, you missed the spot. Kyle's got the best voice.
I have a new God, I almost passed out again. I've been almost passing out a lot. I have a new not spirit animal, but you know what's it called when you totem? I have a new totem this year.
You have a new totem?
A totem.
What is it?
Lighthouses.
What do you mean?
It's just lighthouses.
You're into them?
My new thing's
Are you
lighthouses.
collecting them?
I'm
Like
going to. I'll start.
models?
So owls for a long time have always been my totem. By the way, an owl flew into our backyard the day of my birthday.
You like a real lighthouse, or are you talking about like photos and models of them?
First of all, I'm really into lighthouses in general.
Lighthouse is pretty cool.
Lighthouses are awesome. We went to one in Maine one time, and it was fucking awesome.
Can you imagine how many times, like, or what the feeling is like to be lost at sea and the panic and to see a lighthouse? Like, what that must do to you emotionally. If you're out there's no more panic. There's no greater panic you can feel than lost at sea.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, just like you look up and down, it's just dark, and you're just like, I'm gonna die here for sure. And then you see the light swing by, you'd be like, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it just has to be.
It's got to be. I often think, you know how like I often think one day I will be.
I want to. Hold your thought.
Okay.
Just while he's talking, get the zipline thing. I want to show Bert the zipline. Go ahead.
I have. I often think one time I'll be stuck at sea in a raft with no water, no food.
Yeah.
And that energy of like going like, oh fuck.
Dude,
often
do you
think.
remember when we filmed The Cabin, the cigar roller?
Yeah. Oh my
Like-
God, yes.
And he was like, we're just talking, guys. Super cool dude. I'm like master cigar roller. Rolled that crazy blunt. And then he's like, yeah, I came from Cuba. And then he starts telling the story real casually that everyone he came over with died.
Yeah.
And he had a makeshift raft.
Best friends. Oh wait, what is this,
Dude.
Oh my God, hold on, hang on. Remind me the blowjob. I want to finish the
Oh,
blowjob.
yeah, we didn't finish your blowjob.
Blowjob and orgasm. Remind me that, but I want to see this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm already fucking. Oh, this is.
Oh, because
killing
I
me.
know that I know you're gonna respond to this. So this dude is on a zip line. I mean, hundreds of feet up in the air, and just let it. Just make sure the sound plays. But let's go.
Oh fuck me.
Put it on.
Oh my God. Oh fuck. Fuck! Don't get your hand out of it. Don't go in front 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 of it. You can't. Oh shit. It's God damn it no.
Oh my God. He is in a full look. Look at his left hand. Dude, he is adrenaline. Oh, his left hand is destroyed, dude.
Yeah.
Look how high up he is. Yeah, I knew that would do that to you. You can feel the panic. I mean, that is like that dude. He knew he almost fucking fell off that thing,
I have it. Let me see if I can find the picture.
Oh my God, that hand! He put his hand in front.
Stop. Oh, okay. So immediately I knew.
Because you've ziplined.
That really connected very hard with me.
I knew it would.
Oh God damn it. That fucked me up. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture. So one time oh man, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Is because obviously I fell off a waterfall one time rappelling. And there's certain things where your instinct starts to do the thing to save yourself and you get fucking hurt. So one time we were
that hand going in front. You saw, right? His hand was just destroyed on the inside.
So there are a lot of stories like that. A lot of stories about dudes falling and the rope wrapping around their leg and them going down and it just cutting their leg off.
Dude,
there's like stories like that.
There was that climber last year, the world class. There's like some world class free climbers, and he died. Right? He died.
Yeah.
And they were talking to the experts, like the people who really know that, and they all said that he did something, like that an amateur would do, and it was like he just overlooked something in his prep, or because I don't know the free climbing kind of world, but they all were like, yeah, this is like a total amateur move, and it just is something he overlooked either in the moment or, but it was, yeah.
I'm looking for.
Was that the one? Was that from last year right there? Yeah. Brad Go Bright.
I've heard so many.
Fucking fella.
I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this picture from Moab. Oh, this fucking freaks me out because what it is it's instinct. It's instinct over thought. And
it's so how you get hurt.
So I have a story I haven't told you about yet.
Oh.
So we were doing this thing. I want to find a picture of it. My fucking asshole's tingling right now.
Show me.
We were doing this thing where we were rappelling off this canyon, and I have to have pictures of this injury on here. I'll find it. And I rappelled down, and I was very, very confident. I was really confident, and I felt great. And I remember swinging out. We were doing it in between two things. I wish I had exact details on this. But in between two things, we swing out, and I'm having fun, and I'm really confident. I zipped that line down, and I'm feeling great. I have rappelling gloves on both hands. I'm feeling great. I'm very confident. Take my rappelling gloves off, and my asshole's tingling again. And we get the kid who we're rappelling with, we get him on, and we start swinging him back and forth on the thing. Like he's like a little scared, and we're like, it's fine, you're fine. We're gonna swing you back and forth. It's just a swing. You're gonna swing real far, but it's fun. And he's like, really? And we're like, yeah. So we swing him, and as he swings him, I go to grab the rope to stop him, and it's 200-pound man in there, and he's attached to the rope, and I'm to make sense of it. We swing the rope out like that, and I'm here, and I grab it, and as he swings in, the rope rips through my hand and tears all the skin off my hand. It doesn't tear the skin. What it does is it takes every bit of detail off my hand. So it just looks like plain skin, like almost like you dipped it in wax. And it happened so fucking quick. It went zzz, and I went and it was so hot. And it was so burnt, and there was a trickle of water coming down at a thing, and I just went and pressed my hand in there, and I was like, this is going to be bad, and everyone's like, it's going to be really bad. And it bubbled up so bad, but it was this instinct of like going, oh, let me stop it, it went zzz.
Right, it's that moment you're not thinking for a millisecond. Have you seen, by the way, how many people don't know how to swing off a rope from a tree into the water, like those videos?
Oh,
where they're like, they let go above the rocks.
Hold on. You know what it is?
Or they don't let go above the water. They're like, all right, jump off. And they're like, and then they swing back.
The number one thing is people underestimate their upper body strength. And I've done that. There's a video. You can find a video of me doing that I'm online. I'm certain if you type in Bert the Conqueror Season 3, we're at Traction Park. Well, Action Park is the name of it. But they just call it Class Action Park. Mm-hmm. I got my testicle ruptured there. And they had a rope swing, and you were watching people hold on, and your hands are like, oh, I've never really held a swinging like a fulcrum 250 pounds.
Yes.
And I just hold on, and my fingers are like, oh, are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah, boop. Yeah.
I gotta find the picture of this.
If you go to those like rock climbing walls, you know, the places where you kind of practice.
Yeah.
They go, oh, your instinct, you think you should pull yourself up. And they're like, you should do the work with your legs.
Oh yeah, that is
your upper body will exhaust itself basically, and everybody's like, no, I got it. I can't believe I can't find these fucking pictures. I took so many pictures of my hand. It was so sliced up, and the next day, and we still had a lot of rock climbing left to do. We had to jump off a fucking cliff, and my hand was ruined. I mean, ruined. You know, what's also crazy is like, as this guy knows. When I fell off the waterfall, I gotta have photos. I wish I had my computer. I wish I had all my Insta stuff. Yeah. When I fell off the waterfall, it was just an instinct to like help yourself. And then I didn't realize how high I was, but I'd flipped upside down, and I think I was drowning. And drowning?
Yeah.
Not drowning?
Drowning.
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 Yeah.
No, drowning.
Not
drowning.
Do you say I drowned?
I drowned.
Drowning.
No
drowning. No second D.
Drowning sounds weird. Drowning. It sounds like you're drowning. I drowned.
We have to. Please make sure we do like words with Bert at some point where he just says the way he says things.
I was upside down in the waterfall. So what happened is it's crazy. Right before I started to be filled with water, that was good. It was the last episode of the last season we were going to do. I didn't know if we were going to get picked up or not, but it was the very last episode of that day. And it was like, all we were going to do is do this, and then get on a helicopter, fly out to this place called the Frying Pan, and then party for a few days, and then fly back, right?
Yeah, party for a few days.
Yeah, maybe shoot a TV show, but just basically party. Yeah. Type in the Frying Pan, North Carolina, the Frying Pan. You'll see where we went to. Frying Pan, this is where we went out and partied here. It was fucking awesome. You can do, that's it.
Damn.
It's in the middle of the ocean, like 40 miles out.
What do people do there?
You just party.
Is there like rooms there?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
35. Oh, it's a hotel.
Yeah.
34 miles from land. So how do people get by
helicopter?
Boat? Oh, helicopter.
Helicopter drops you off. You shoot guns. Like we were shooting skeet. We went fishing.
That actually looks really cool.
It's fucking awesome.
It's off the coast of Carolina.
Yeah, 40 miles out. You take a helicopter out.
Damn.
It's fucking awesome. Take a look at the inside. It looks like a movie.
From this angle, it looks like shit. Like it looks terrible.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe. Let's see. Oh, it's actually nice. It's nice inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not bad. The guy lives out there.
He lives there.
Yeah, you can like he.
How fucking mental has he gone?
This is the best. Is he can take a seat and get you all the way down to the water and lower you down to the water like 80 feet. Like he just puts you in the seat and then swings the arm out and then lowers you down to the water so you can like be down by the water and see the fish.
Whoa.
And then brings you up.
That's pretty cool, man.
It was actually awesome. I had a fucking blast out there. But that's all we had to do was go out to the Frying Pan the next day. And
he has guns out there and
guns.
shit?
We were shooting guns.
Wow.
It was fucking really fun. It was really, really fun. It kind of feels like one of those movies where you're like the guy's been living by himself for 80 years. It actually is that.
I mean, is he kind of crazy, the guy? I mean, is he a little off?
He wasn't crazy. He was pretty cool.
Really?
I don't remember
normal?
much. I was pretty fucking wasted.
Okay, there we go.
I was really fucking
There we
wasted.
go. Wait, let's go back to your blowjob and your orgasm.
Okay. Wait. I want to finish this. I got 9 stories going on in my head. So I'm on the waterfall, and I actually took a moment, and I turned around, and I look in this canyon. We're like 220 feet down, but I'm about to hit the ground, and I'm like, I'm the luckiest dude in the world. Like, I am so lucky. I was like, you know what? Don't waste this moment. Enjoy it. So I decided to kind of swing out and, have a little fun on the rappel. And what happened was my feet hit algae, and I slipped. And as soon as I slipped, I flipped upside down, and then water started rushing. I was getting waterboarded. And I can't remember if I went to go get a GoPro or kind of change my... I let go of the bottom hand, which is the one that holds you steady, and I just wanted to, like, grab something, but it was like I was drowning. It was an instinct. Second this hand went down, I just... zoop, and I hit the ground. And
that's the back?
That's when I landed on my back, and I immediately was like, I just broke my back.
You really thought that?
My first thought was, I just broke my back.
And what was your actual, like, did you go to the ER from there?
Yeah, I had to crawl hands and knees out of a canyon. Like, I remember saying to my buddy Paul, who's our EP, I was like, you think you're safe, and you're like, I remember saying, so what's our exit strategy? And he was like, I didn't plan on you falling. He was like, we don't have one. I was like, well, can we get a chopper in here to get me out? And he was like, I guess. And I was like, wait, what are we doing? And he goes, I don't know. We didn't plan for tragedy. Like, no one plans for that,
Yeah, but you should, right?
We had a conversation about that afterwards. I was like, we should definitely think about our problems.
Yeah, what you think about injuries happening out in the wild?
Yeah, and so we called them, and they were like, and we called the forest rescue or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we can't get a chopper into you. Like, you're in a canyon. Like, you need to get yourself out of that canyon.
So they're like, figure it out.
Figure it out. And so I crawled hands and knees up a 220-foot like climb. Like, it was those moments where you say, like, I'm unable to do this. Like working out where they're like, all right, one more set, and you're like, I can't do it anymore, and then you get through it or something.
Right.
I remember being on my hands and knees crawling out, going, I can't do this. I couldn't. lift my legs up, if I lifted my legs up, I couldn't stand.
And was it like when you got out? Was it straight to the hospital?
No. I got to the top of the trailhead,
and then
then they had to come in. They took my blood pressure. It was like 150 over 110, and they're like, "We're afraid he's going to stroke out." They're like, "We can't let him walk out." And I was like, "I think I can crawl out," and because I could get myself in a position where it didn't hurt, and I was like, "Please let me do that." And they're like, "No, we need to put you on a board." I remember these girls came up, and they're like, I heard them. I'm in the thing. I'm crying. I think I've broken my back. I'm crying. Everyone's in panic on my crew. No one knows what to do. And these girls were hiking, and they're like, see, this is a film crew, and they're like, "What is this?" And, one of my guys is just trying to get pussy, and he was like, "Oh, we're shooting a show for Travel Channel." And they're like, "What show is it?" And they're like, Trip Flip. He's the host, Bert Kreischer. And they're like, "Is he famous?" And they're like, yeah, I mean, he's like a podcast or whatever. And they're like, "Why? What's wrong with him?" And they're like, he fell. They think he broke his back. And they're like, "Oh, cool. Hey." And I'm watching them take pictures of me. Like, I'm watching them take pictures of me.
Yeah.
And then one girl does not know I heard them, and goes, "Hey, we're really big fans. Is it cool if we get a picture with you?" And I was like, I was so blown away. I went, "Sure." I'm crying, and two girls get down and take a picture with me. Yeah.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die. And then everything, the whole
Do you think
travel.
he'll walk again?
It was terrifying. And then they gave me fucking Dilaudid, and it went away.
What's Dilaudid?
It's like pharmaceutical heroin.
Oh.
And
so what was there an injury? Like an actual
contusion, back contusions, but
Jesus,
it was all the muscles were fucked. I mean, that night there's so much to this story that is like almost crazy. But that night I got in bed and I went to sleep, and I was on Dilaudid, and I was taking Valium, and then I doubled up with an OxyContin, and so and I had a drink,
like,
and I had a drink.
It went away.
They got after they gave me the Dilaudid and the Oxy and the Valium, I felt really great.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, let's finish the segment. So we went out and met up with these people at this restaurant, and I was walking. I was totally fine. I was like, I'm great. I'm like, guys, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I had a fucking couple drinks. I was like, I feel fucking amazing. Went back to my room. I was like, that was a close call. Passed out, woke up at like 5 a.m, and I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't roll.
Yeah.
I couldn't move, and I had to piss. Mm-hmm. I just pissed in the bed.
Are you serious?
Just pissed in the bed.
And then went to sleep?
And started crying again because I couldn't move, and I was having panic attacks because I couldn't move. Like, I could move my arms like this.
You pissed the bed?
I pissed the bed, and I was just sitting there crying, and they thought I was dead. So the crew just came, and they're like, we're Bert for call. They knocked on the door. They opened the door, and there I am fucking in bed going, can someone please help me? And they're like, okay, we're not shooting anymore. They're like, we wrapped. I think we ended up shooting a...
How long did you stay in that room for?
I left.
You got on a plane from there?
Do you want to know the crazy part of this story?
Yeah, sure.
So they call Leanne, and they're like, hey, this is going to make her sound like a total cunt. But I'm just going to tell it the way it is.
Sure.
So I
got a funny story about Leanne on the phone yesterday. Don't forget.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they wrap. They're like, we're not flying to the frying pan. We're not doing any of that. We're going to send you home. So they call Leanne, and they're like, hey, Bert is really hurt. We've gotten a lot of pills for him. He's going to be fine. He can probably travel and get himself home. But after that, we're going to take some time off so he can rest until he can shoot again, like probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. She's like, okay, don't send him home. And they're like, what? She's like, send him to Aspen. And they're like, what? She's like, he's got a corporate.
He's got to do a gig.
And they're like, he's really hurt.
He's
She
hurt.
was like, it's $25,000. I'll meet him in Denver. So she flew to Denver.
She's a boss, dude.
She's like, honey, $25,000 is a lot of money. You're not missing this for
you're
a
not
fucking
missing
hurt
it.
back.
Yeah.
She's like,
And you're like, but I think it might be broken. Well, you can stand for an hour.
yeah, it's $25,000. It's $25,000. That's 25. That's braces for both girls. That's $25,000. So she flew to Denver. She flew to Denver with
Savage.
with Isla. I met her in Denver. They
Yeah.
picked me up at the airport. They got us a flight to Aspen. No, I think we drove to Aspen. Did your gig? Isla was like, I'm out of school. Are you fucking kidding me? Isla loved it. Isla got all new ski clothes. Isla went skiing. She had a fucking blast. And I did the gig, and I was really hurt for the gig. And it was like a hedge fund. I didn't even know what a hedge fund was at the time. And she was like, listen, these guys are huge fans of yours, but they're very rich, and their time is precious. So, like, go up, fuck around, but like, I wouldn't do like an hour. I think they just want to party. And I was like, okay. So I went up. I started fucking around with the guys, like messing around. And one guy just goes, all right, tell the machine. I go, what? He goes, tell the machine, then we'll go drink. Let's do it. Tell the machine. And I was like, excuse me? He was like, come on, tell the fucking... He got involved with Russian Mafia. Tell it. So I told the machine. I'm like, all right, we're done. Let's go party.
And that was it.
And that was it. 25 grand to tell the machine and then go drink with these guys.
That's a fucking good day.
I had a fucking... And we made the money, and Leanne's like, I told you, I get you in and out. Let's go home.
Yeah, she'd be a good manager.
She was. I remember her... I remember going, send him... I remember them saying, you're not going home. And I was like, I'm definitely going home. And they're like, you're actually going to Denver. She's going to take you to Aspen. And I was like, I'm doing the corporate. She's like, it's 25 grand. This podcast is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Okay, we all know how a VPN works for your privacy and security online, right? But we didn't know this until recently. It's taking our TV watching game to the next level. You can use a VPN to unlock movies and shows that are only available in other countries, which is amazing. The other night, I got on UK Netflix and watched Doctor Who. I love time travel shit. Yeah. I love time travel shit. Watch Doctor Who with the girls. All you got to do is refresh, fire up the ExpressVPN app, change your location to the UK, refresh Netflix, and bam, you are watching The Office. The Brazilian Office is amazing. You could just change your location anywhere. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
Oh,
but,
okay. I was like, I didn't know that.
It hides your IP address and lets you control where you want sites to think you're located, and you can choose from 100 different countries. So think about all the things you can, Netflix libraries you can open. Into anime, try ExpressVPN's access to Japanese Netflix and be spirited away. It's not just Netflix. ExpressVPN works with streaming services like Hulu, BBC iPlayer, YouTube, you name it. Hundreds of VPNs out there, but there's a reason I use ExpressVPN. It's because it's ridiculously fast, never any buffering or lag. You can just stream HD with no problem. Here's the deal. If you want to visit my special link right now, go to expressvpn.com/cave, and you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Show the support for the show and watch what you want. Protect yourself at expressvpn.com/cave.
This episode of Two Bears, One Cave is brought to you by Whoop. Check it out. It's charging right now. I threw the battery pack on it. Super easy. I never take this thing off. You guys saw me at the dominatrix. I didn't take it off then either. I love it. It gives me so much insight into what my body is doing, what it's going through, and how what I'm doing affects it. I love the sleep coach. Tells me, I followed it last night. It told me to get to bed and get at least 6.5 hours of sleep, like as a minimum to get by. And it's a game changer, man. Like, it gives you so much insight into rest, recovery, strain, so many details, breaks it all down. I couldn't be a bigger fan of Whoop. For our listeners today, Whoop is offering 15% off all memberships. Give Whoop a shot, and if it's not for you, they offer a 30-day return policy, no questions asked. Head over to Whoop, WHOOP.com, enter BEARS, Bears, at checkout, and save 15% off. Join Whoop today and sleep better, recover faster, and train smarter. This is different. I forget if I've told this, but like when I got here, you know how there's a LA hiking culture.
Yeah.
And by hiking, I'm talking about, if you've never been here, or maybe if you have, there's all these, like, there's Fryman Canyon, Runyon Canyon, and it's basically, you know, it's accessible all year. It's outdoors. It's great exercise, and it's kind of a scene, you know? And so, like, when I got here, you know, you don't know that many people. I knew more people from, like, acting class, because, like, I did, like, the Groundlings, and I did this other acting class.
You did Groundlings?
Yeah. I did a few levels of it. I turned down Writing Lab twice, and then they don't call you again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, you graduate levels, and Writing Lab was, like, one of the next ones before Sunday Company and before you're in the thing. And I had started doing stand-up and getting paid, like, $50, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, when they were like, come do this, I was like, that's a distraction from what I'm trying to do now. So I stopped. Yeah. But one of the guys, he wasn't in Groundlings, but I met a guy through somebody else, through going on these hikes, right? Like these morning hikes. and he was an actor, and he came here from somewhere on the East Coast. I want to say like New Hampshire, Rhode Island, or something. And we were on this hike, and he told me, he goes, my first day in LA, I went on a hike and got bit by a rattlesnake. And I was like, what? And he goes, dude, he told me the story that I was like, holy shit. So he's on a hike. He gets bit by a rattlesnake and is immediately reacting, right? Immediately reacting to the venom. He ends up like halfway down the mountain, and he's having trouble. And like they run into other hikers who don't help. They're like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. He's like, no, I'm going to die. And they're like, no, I'm sorry. So when he finally gets down, they're having trouble accessing him because of like where the trail is. Yeah. That's the thing. They're like, we can't get him on the trail. You got to get down.
You got to get yourself down. That's the fucking, yeah.
And this guy's got poisonous venom, like,
and his heart's racing now.
Oh my God. He does get down. He's like, it's a whole ordeal just to get me out of there. Get to the hospital. He's conscious, and he's talking to the doctor, and the doctor goes, hey, we should call your parents. And he goes, no, I don't want to worry them. And he goes, no, we should call your parents so that you could say goodbye in case this doesn't work out. And he's like, what? And the doctor's like, yeah, like, this is really serious. So let's call them. So they call his parents, and they're like, hey, how's LA? He's like, I might die today.
Oh my God.
And then they're in a full panic, and they're like, what happened? And he tells them what happened, gets on the doctor's in front of him. And he's like, we're treating him, and we hope that, this gets resolved, but it might not. So he's like, you should get on a flight, but by the time you come out here, he might not be alive. And so they're fully bawling, and I think this is before even FaceTiming, because this is like early.
Oh yeah, 2000s. It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just on the phone, just like, all right, we're getting on a plane, and he was like, that was 24 hours after, like, I'm moving to LA. Like, that was the first thing that happened to him, was getting bit by a rattlesnake.
By the way, not even comparing to that.
Yeah.
My first move to LA, I come out at staying at the Universal Sheraton, and I got a meeting at Fox, right? I'm pitching with Will Smith, and my buddy Croy says, hey, let's go for a hike. And I'm like, great, we're pitching at like 3. And I go for a hike with him at Runyon, and he's in great shape, and him and this guy Cy are just jogging.
Yeah.
And I get lost. And I think I'm lost in like the woods. Like, I think I'm like, I'm gonna have to live up here. Like, I'm starting to panic because we're up where like the backbone part, like, you take the side thing and you go up
so many different ways in
and once you're familiar with it, you're like, oh, it's pretty much up and down everywhere you go. I am so fucking lost. I'm so panicking. I'm going through bushes, like going up, and I'm freaking out, and I hear a voice, and I'm like, oh my God. I go running to this voice, and it's 2 Persian women in flats, and they're like jeans on, and I'm like, wait, how did you guys get up here? And they're like, the parking lot. And I was like, wait, there's a parking lot? So let's get back to blowjob.
Okay, so tap.
Okay.
She's laughing.
She goes, this may not be the time to talk about this, but...
While her dick's in your hand?
Yep.
Your dick's in her hand?
This may not be the time to talk about this, but your mom's house, and I thought she was talking about my mom's house.
Your
and I was
mother.
like, I really don't want to talk about this. She goes, no, I think it's important. I go, baby, let's not talk about my mom before a blowjob. She was like, oh, not your mom. And I went, what? She goes, your mom's house. And I went, oh my God.
Yes.
I go, yeah. And then I had heard Push the other day going like, we got to get Leanne in here to talk about her blowjobs. And she's like, I brought it up, and then that book is like, so we're going to talk about the book. I haven't read it in 18 years. And I was like, oh, freshen up.
Yeah.
Read it. And so the whole point of this whole fucking story was that she had my dick in her hand. She's like, your mom's house? And I was like, I don't want to talk about my parents'
And how was your orgasm?
It was great. And then I realized sometimes a really good orgasm for me, my brain will say something crazy. It'll just go like, salon selectives. And you're like, what? like rope. And you, like, just, it'll really like, it's almost like free word association.
Yeah.
Today my orgasm said, you've been to Norway.
That's what you hear in your head?
And I've been to Norway, and I envisioned what it was like to be in Norway.
Oh, Norway.
I've been in Norway. I've been in Norway.
God, your brain is a blessing and a curse. Man.
Oh, I've been in Norway.
So here's my Leanne funny thing.
Okay, yeah.
So it was your birthday.
Yes.
I got you an awesome present.
The best present anyone got me. Yes.
Yes.
The best present. And I did not hold back sharing that from my family.
Yeah, yes, which makes me very happy.
Yes.
So we can just say it. You turned 56.
I've turned 48.
48, sorry.
Yeah, 48.
And what's it like to be inching? Like you feel like you're really close to 50?
I feel very far away.
It does feel far away?
because Leanne's 50, so I don't feel like
so
ever
you're like,
remotely close to her.
50. Yeah.
You're 50. I got 2 years.
Yeah.
I almost didn't count this birthday.
We had the same kind of thing because I get to watch Christina be, and then when she turned 40, and then she turned 41, I was still in my 30s, and then she turned 42, and I was like, what's it like in your 40s? I'd say it to her all the time.
Sucks. You know who, like I connected with on this is Michael Ian Black.
Yeah.
Michael Ian Black's wife's 3 years older.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, I hate that my wife's older. And he was like, me too. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He was like, because they always talk about aging. And you're like, I'm still young.
Yeah, I'm younger.
Can you keep that shit to yourself?
Sure.
Like, I remember Leanne kept going, I'm 50. I go, stop saying that out loud. Like, because then people think I'm 50.
Somebody messaged me the other day, and they're like, you're 41. They go, I honestly thought you were 60 to me.
What did someone said to me the other day, like yesterday, like, oh, Shane Gillis was like, you don't look 48. You look like 45. I was like, well, it's not a huge fucking difference.
Not a big difference at all. Okay. So let's go through your birthday. I assume the kids, they write cards, they make you a cake or something? Nope. All right.
And my daughters did nothing.
Okay, fantastic.
My daughters did nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Isla forgot it was my birthday.
Awesome.
And so like at lunch, she was like, why are we, because my manager Reg sent over a great, it was actually a really great gift. Good gifts are thoughtful. And I think.
What did Reg send you?
He's this lunch from this great dinner, Italian motherfucking stuttering, this Italian like deli in Glendale. He sent over lunch, and it was great because it showed up, and I got to sit down and have lunch with my daughters, which I would not have had. And Isla was like, "What's this for?" And my Leanne's like, "It's Dad's birthday," and she goes, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I was like, "That's how you want to say it."
Oh,
happy birthday. Georgia said happy birthday first thing in the morning. I got my present Sunday. So from the girls, and it was an iPad, which, interestingly enough, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, I wish I had an iPad because everyone's on their iPads. And they're like, and then Leanne puts it in her head. She's like, great birthday present for Bert.
Yeah.
And
it is funny though when you think of the fact that you could just be like, oh, I want an iPad. And just
that's what I said. I was like, I could have bought this for myself.
Right.
Like the thing about a gift, it's got to be something. And this is where I think if we're going to talk about the LGBTQ community, I think they have it fucking right when it comes to same-sex getting same-sex presents. I don't think women, and this is going to sound new agey, progressive, I don't think women should be buying presents for men.
Okay.
And I don't think men should be buying presents for women. I think men should buy presents for men, and women should buy presents for women.
You might have something there.
I think the LGBTQ community was 5 steps ahead of us. I bet if you talk to gay dudes,
being gay,
I think it might be more natural to be gay when it comes to receiving presents. I bet if you talk to gay dudes,
they probably buy the best presents for.
I bet gay dudes give gay dudes the best fucking presents.
Now you're onto something.
Yes.
And I think if you're a woman and you're thinking about getting your man something, you should call up a gay guy first.
Call up a gay guy. Call up a dude.
Hey, I'm thinking about getting my man this. And see how he responds.
There's so much about like that. As a kid, when you hear about homosexuality, everyone, like your uncle tells you, "You're not gay, are you?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "What?" And he's like, "They fuck in the butt and then they die." And you're like, "That sounds terrifying." I hope I'm not gay. This happened at Sanibel Island. Sanibel Island. Shout out to Uncle. I won't say your name, but you know who you are.
Yeah. So you get the iPad. It is a thoughtful gift, and iPads are great. Everybody loves an
I could have bought myself one, but
they're great.
This one's engraved
They're
with all the nicknames they have. Is Happy Birthday Fetus, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, it's memorable. So your boy though, I hook you up with a fucking dope ass e-bike. Not only, by the way, this is how thoughtful.
Pull
it
up
is.
a picture. This thing's fucking amazing.
This is how thoughtful it is. I also did you notice that your seat is big and cushiony?
Yes.
I had them swap out the seats. I had them swap out. It's not on there, is it? No, you didn't post it, right?
No, no. I didn't post it yet. I was going to do a video today.
Yeah.
But give him the video.
Oh, the video. Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
So wait, I want to call a gay guy and find
Should I
out
email it
how
to you?
great their presents are.
Okay.
Because all I could think, I mean, I was riding this bike around today. So I'm going to tell you this bike. This bike's got big tires, right? Black bike, big battery pack in the center. It's got a little throttle here on your thumb, which you can go. It's got 5 speeds, so it's pedal assist. So if you start to pedal, it goes from 1 to 5. I had put it on 5 today. Leanne put it on 5 when I took my first pedal, and I left my driveway at 15 miles per hour. I was hauling
They fucking
ass.
rip,
They
dude.
haul ass. It goes 30 miles per hour, and it is funny shit. And all I could do as I cruised through my neighborhood on a beautiful autumn morning, smiling ear to ear the day after my birthday, still a little buzzed from last night with a coffee in me, smiling, I thought, I don't ever want my family to buy me a gift again. I want them to take that money and send it to Tom and say, do with it what you will, make Bert happy.
I knew, like, here's the thing. The first when I got one, you remembered because I called you. I was like, this is
I think I said that in the video. I said that. I said, you called me from a mountaintop, and you were. It was like almost like you had discovered Christ. You're like, dude, these things fucking rock. You had
They're
a helmet
awesome.
on. You're like, I am having so much fun.
They're so fun.
It is so much fun that I was literally.
And I bought you a way better one than I had got myself. Okay.
Oh, this thing. I get out of my driveway, and I didn't know the pedal assist is. I've ridden like a pedal assisted bikes with Steve Vuori and Dave Williamson, and we did it on, and they sucked. We couldn't get them to work. And so I assumed that what would be a little bit, but the second you move the pedal, the engine kicks in.
Yeah.
And I had it at a 5, and I flew out of my fucking driveway.
It's fucking crazy.
Terrified. I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And then I found the thing, and I was like, fuck pedals. We're just punching it.
Yeah.
And I was cruising through my neighborhood.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
Here's the
okay.
video. Okay.
Who sent it?
1 second, please, for this to start recording.
Okay. This is us. And
Your friend,
action.
Tommy Buns.
Tommy Bunn sent a surprise. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Do you know he called me one time and he was like, Bert, you gotta get this bike. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? That's how a present should be received. Are you fucking serious?
Are you excited?
Shut the fuck up! Oh my god! You know he called me. He called me from the top of a mountain with a stupid bike helmet on, and he was like, buddy, you gotta get one of these. These things are amazing. I mean, I'm seriously, it's like riding a motorcycle. Oh, are you
Got the
shitting
fat
me?
tires.
Yeah. Oh, you're charging it right now?
Yeah, it has
Is
a
he
charge.
here?
No, he
Is he
was
here?
delivered. It has to charge for 6 hours before you can ride it. So I plugged it up.
I am definitely getting drunk and riding this thing tonight.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Oh my god.
Best birthday ever?
This might, by the way, I swear to God, I'm not saying like if we were a gay couple, I'm just saying the sex might be okay, but the presents would be through the fucking roof. I mean, he knows me so much better than you do.
Shut up! I gave you a great gift.
This is, oh man, this is insane. Oh, charging the shit. Have the girls seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know who's gonna want to ride this?
Yeah.
Fucking Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, this is out of this world.
Anything you want to say to Big Tommy?
Tommy, I love you. This is the best present.
This
Thank
one
you.
pushed too.
Oh, and push.
No.
But Tommy, thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the best present I've ever gotten.
Fat tires. I had them swap out the seat, and then I was like, "Oh, you need some storage." Like, oh, he's gonna pick up like a fucking dozen donuts, put a little pack. So on the back, because the worst is when you go somewhere and you're like, "Well, how do I carry it back?" So you got a little storage compartment. That thing's dope, dude.
Oh, it was the best present I've ever
So
gotten.
this is what happened. So yesterday, the guy calls me, and I go deliver it to his house, and so he calls me. He's like, "I'm there," and I go, "Okay, go knock on the door." So he knocks, and Leanne's like, "Who are you?" And I hear her, and he's like, "I'm delivering this for Bert." She goes, "You're delivering it?" And then she's like, "From who?" And I'm like, "It's Tom. It's me." So she goes, "Oh." She goes, "What is this?" And I go, "It's an e-bike." She goes, "E-bike?" She goes, "You know he's fat, right?" And I go, I go, they're fun. She goes, I'd like them to have to pedal a little more.
She's like, you just took all the exercise out of
She goes, Tom, he don't need no e-bike.
don't need no e-bike.
I go, he's going to have a blast on it. Yeah. She's a savage, though, man.
She is. You know he's fat, right?
Yeah. That's what she said it loud, too.
Fucking, that was the best. Man, today, driving around, I'm just flying.
These can be your favorite thing.
You get to go, like, I was like, I'm going to just do a lap. I did a lap so quick. There's a half-mile little track around our, like, neighborhood. I did it so quick that I was like, let's go to the park. And then you were at the park in a second. It's so much fun. And, I have a new car, and I did not want to drive that car here.
That's how
I wanted to take that bike here because I was like, it is so fucking fun.
I told Christina, I go, I want to get another e-bike. She goes, you have one. I go, wait, this one's way cooler. I want to get one like this. She goes, you're going to get another one? I go, I might get like 4.
I might have a quiver.
Yeah. I'm like, they're just so fun.
It is the best. Like, I really think we need to figure out a program where guys who consistently get shitty presents like myself.
Yeah.
Like, consistently. At one point.
I had to train Christina. By the way, she'd be like, oh, like, I got you this, like, cool photo. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of, I was like, yeah, but where's the wow factor? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, spend some fucking money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I want you to get me something that I go, oh shit, this is
Father's
dope.
Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day, Leanne used to say, the girls got you presents. And so I was like, cool. And she goes, and what's great is I let them pick them out. And I go, hold on. They're both under 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So everything I'm getting is where all the cheap shit is.
Right.
All the cheap shit in a store
is down there.
All the expensive stuff's up top. I go, I'm just getting the T-shirts at Target that they could see. And so I was like, I don't want that shit. I want cool shit.
Cool shit. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Guys can buy, because what happens is a guy buys a gift that he wants.
Yes.
So that's what I sent you. Something that I would want.
Tom, I'm on the bike today going, this is our next challenge. I've got to do better than him for his birthday. I
love it.
Because your birthday last year, I had porn stars send you.
That was awesome.
Send you happy birthday wishes.
That was, and by the way, I had this fucking guy set up to say happy birthday, shit in his hand, and then rub it on his face.
And it fell through?
Yeah.
Good. And so today I come home and Leanne's like, what are you Googling? And I was like, I'm gonna buy Tom a boat. She's like, what? I go, I want to get it to the point where it's so ridiculous with our birthdays that we don't even think about our families. We're like, hold on, what's Tommy getting me this year?
I got Bert a helicopter. And they're like, a helicopter ride? No.
That's
personal one.
I can't wait. When's your birthday?
April 16th.
I can't wait for your birthday. I'm literally gonna put aside a nest egg.
Good. Let it grow. Put the money in now so it grows.
Here's the deal with our birthdays, okay?
Yeah.
We have to spend more than the person that just bought it
the year before.
So the year before. So now I've got to spend more than this.
I love it.
And we're gonna keep going with our birthdays.
This is what I'm talking about.
Can I tell you on the bike that I came up with this plan? I was like,
you realize when we turn like 70, it'll be like,
I said, I can't
a house.
I go, I wish we had started this when we were 20, because then I was like, I don't have enough birthdays to buy enough gifts.
This is a good one.
This is going to be a great one. I want my birthday.
And then every
next
birthday will be like, I'll wake up and be like, where's Bert's?
Yeah, where's Bert's? And my kids will be like, I got you an iPad. And I'm like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Get everyone off Wi-Fi. I might.
Oh, did you draw a card? Get the fuck out of here. It is never too early to get on that holiday gift shopping. And, we like to one-up each other and get each other great gifts. You can save big on a gift that somebody will use every day, the Raycon wireless earbuds. I was lucky enough to get them as a gift, and it is easy to use, Bluetooth, seamless pairing, very comfortable, noise isolating. I make phone calls on it, go on walks, listen to music, somebody calls, boop, plug them right in. Absolutely the best way to get in the wireless earbud game and not spend a fortune is with these Raycons. Get the holiday season going, get them as a gift for someone, get them for yourself. Right now you can go to buyraycon.com/bears today to unlock exclusive deals up to 20% off your Raycon order. But hurry, this offer is available for a limited time only and you don't want to miss it. That's buyraycon.com/bears to unlock up to 20% off your Raycons. Buy Raycon.com/bears.
This podcast is brought to you by Vuori, my favorite workout pants. I've always had a struggle to find pants that I could run in, but then wear to the store or wear around and not look like I'm wearing running shorts. These are the perfect pants for that. They are incredibly versatile and incredibly comfortable, designed to look good in everyday life outside the gym. Perfect for any workout or activity. I use them jogging, and I have complete and total support in them. And I can then jump in the pool with them, and I have actually slept in a pair. They're easy. I love the website's super easy to use. They've got the core shorts, which are the most comfortable lined athletic shorts. One short every sport. They got the Ponto short, the perfect lounge or work from home short. They got the women's performance joggers and the women's daily leggings. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/bears. That's VUORI.com/bears. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. order over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/bears and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. We should start this. We should pair people up with birthday guys.
That's a good idea. And guys need it more because women are easy. Women, you just oh, I remembered that you said you love pink.
Or you're like me and you don't buy them gifts anymore.
You just stop.
I stopped. I said,
because
you don't deserve a gift.
Because you went out of your way to get that tracksuit thing.
And she fucking shit on it. And I said, that's your last gift. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed shitting on it because you don't get anything anymore.
What about the girls, though? Do you still get stuff for the girls?
Oh, I blow it out of the water for them.
You do.
And I know them so well.
But it's fun to do it for your daughters, I'm sure.
Yeah, and by the way, I buy them gifts all the time. They're like I got Isla a bow and arrow for Christmas. And she was like, oh! And I'm like, we're going to shoot the fuck out of things. And then George was like this. Wait, how come I didn't? I got one too. And so I love buying them gifts. Leanne, for her 50th birthday, I just sent someone over with jewelry, and I said, just pick it out.
Yeah.
I'm out of it, and I'm gonna have this. And then, by the way, the lady was like, she liked two things. I was like, get the other one for Christmas, and and then I'm done. I'm so bothered by buying her gifts because Leanne's got this very brutally honest approach of life, which is super enjoyable if you're writing a script, but if you're living life, you don't want someone going, you dance stupid, and you're like, I was enjoying myself. I wish you didn't call it out, but I'm glad you did. I'm glad to know that I can no longer dance at parties.
In front of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, don't you want to know?
Yeah.
You're like, no, I didn't want to know. Yeah. I did my first play I ever did. I did a play. I just started dating Leanne. I'm very proud of myself. I get in the car. I've never been in a play. I remembered all my lines. And I sit down and I was like, and we had just been dating. maybe 4 months, 3 months.
Hey, what'd you
think?
go,
I literally sit down and I look at her and I said, what did you think? She goes, you can't act. And I went, excuse me? And she was like, I'm just saying you can't act. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're not a listener. You don't listen. All you're doing is you're being the big guy. Every time you say, it's like, wait till I talk and then bam. And then I was like, okay. And she's like, what? Don't you want to know the truth? And I was like,
not really.
Yeah, you can just go, you were amazing.
Yeah.
That's what everyone does.
Right.
If you want to know, if you want someone's opinion,
right? Even right now, I go, that's harsh, but then I was like, that's probably a good analysis. Of what happened.
It's a good. Here's the problem: is that it's a definite good analysis, and I'm certain if you had to sit through an hour of listening to me going like this, this is me acting in that play. Yeah. And then where do I show up? and so she was.
And they're like, Bert, what are you doing? You're like, I'm waiting to talk.
And so what's even crazier is that the LA Times wrote a review of our play that evening.
Yeah.
And they said the play is horrible. Everyone's horrible except for Bert Kreischer. He steals the show. And then I was like, I like that guy better than I like my wife.
Yeah, for sure.
But she was accurate in her assessment, and then I learned to act better. So here's the problem is that, and by the way, this is actually a huge little thorn in our relationship right now, her brutal honesty.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need it all the time. But she is doing it because she loves you, and she doesn't want you to look foolish, and she wants to protect you. So then when she does like something like The Cabin, she loved The Cabin.
Right.
And I remember I was so scared to show it to her because I was like, we can't fix it. So we did something.
Whatever it is, it is.
Whatever it is, it is. And she started getting the cuts, and I give them to her, say what do you think? And I remember giving her Donnell and Bobby was the first one she got randomly. It was the first one she got. And I was like, ugh. And she was howling laughing. And I was like, oh, so it's good? She's like, honey, this is great. And I was like, okay, so I actually know it's good.
Yeah.
So it's like, as I'm shitting on her to say this, well, the great thing is that when, it says she's fucking honest, that's great. It just hurts when you're in a relationship with sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially with presents. So.
Yeah.
But I really think, I'm really excited for my next birthday. I can't wait to see what you do for my 50th.
Your 50th is going to be a big deal.
Oh, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
We need to pair dudes up. I was literally thinking this on the bike ride. We need to set up a system where if there's a guy that's watching this that does not have a best friend, we can find...
Do you have any idea what it's going to be like when I'm like, hey, babe, Bert's turning 50, so don't freak out that I'm spending $250,000. She's like, what? And I'm like, I got to. We have a whole thing going on.
Yeah, and you show up on an elephant? Bert!
Yeah. Like, Bert.
Are
you ready for Fiji tonight?
Oh, I can't fucking wait. My daughter's...
And then our wives grab their bags. We're like, no. Like, we're going on a trip. And they're like, what?
I bet gay dudes buy the best presents for each other.
Let's ask them. Hey, are you gay? Send us an email. Send us an email, 2bears1cave@gmail.com, subject line presents, and let us know some of the great presents you've either given or received, because I bet it blows straight guy gifts out of the water.
I bet.
I think you're right about that.
100%.
I bet it's it has to be, because it is the extension of, I'm a guy, what do I want that's awesome, and you just get it for the guy that you're with. Like, it's
I said
perfect.
This past Christmas I got a generator. Like, she got me a generator.
A backup generator.
What
the fuck?
And I was like, cool.
She was like, well, what if power goes out, man?
You always say, what if something happens? And I was like, I think she's missing the point. It's like, I could buy that for myself. I could just go get myself a generator.
But also, like, I don't want like
by the way,
emergency equipment.
I'm borderline thinking about editing this out, because I know she's gonna be like, wait, you didn't like that generator? Daddy told me the best one to buy.
That's so funny,
it's like, and so she goes, well, what were you wanting?
Hey, happy birthday. I got you these 6 fire extinguishers. You're like, thanks. Well, you always said, it would suck if we had a house fire. That's true.
Oh,
that is true.
I got you a blood pressure monitor. Like, cool.
$4,000. Isn't that some bullshit?
I said, she goes, well, what were you thinking? I remember one birthday, I thought I had a surprise coming to me. And then I never got, the present I got was, I forget what it was. But it wasn't great. They killed it one year. They got me an owl, but that was a good one.
I remember when I got Christina to go, like I was like, yeah, these presents are like, and she was like, well, what do you want? And it was, we were living in Redondo, and I was like, like iPad, like that. I was like, you're gonna have to spend something, so that I go, wow, this is fucking awesome. And I'm a guy. I like gadgets. I like cool things.
I said, give me a gun. Get me a car.
She hit it. She got me like fucking socks and shit. And I was like, oh, and then she's like, I thought you wanted like a new binder. And I was like, a fucking binder?
Oh,
and then
this is good.
I opened a bunch of stuff. I knew it was an iPad. So I was like, this is a good, you tricked me.
You tricked me. I like that.
I like that. But I like to be tricked into something cool, Not like, I knew you wanted a flashlight. You're like, okay.
No, this flashlight, if you wind it up, it charges itself.
Cool.
I got that one.
You know how you always losing your keys? Well, this is a keychain that sends you a text. And you're like, great. That's fucking cool.
Well, no, but you lose your keys.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet gay guy gifts are through the fucking roof.
Let me take a quick piss break.
Okay.
And then we'll go.
Oh, we haven't even talked about.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's next. A lot of times, pee breaks can be almost a sexual experience. And that's what that was for me. Like, I seriously, Christina tells me, she goes, I don't know anybody who enjoys their bodily functions more than me, because I will, I'll drive home from Brea and hold my pee, and then like I'll be pissing, and she was like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing there? And I'm like, oh, this is a fucking 2-minute pee.
I love shitting so much.
Yeah.
Like, if you said there was a pill I could take and I could shit twice as much as I already do.
There is.
Oh, there is.
It's called a laxative.
Oh, by the way, we need to get you on peptides.
So can I ask you something?
Oh, 100%.
What the fuck? I don't even understand what it is.
I don't know either.
Oh, good. But you have them.
I'm doing it.
And you don't know what you're taking?
I don't know.
Can you like just Google like what are peptides?
Google peptides. Peptides, or let me tell you what I think they are. They are naturally occurring amino acids that are in your body already that help produce regenerative, it's anti-aging shit. So it helps regenerative tissue.
And I saw the photo that you sent, and I don't want to like, but I went to the guy's website, and he's like the guy, right?
Yeah, I don't want to blow the guy up.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure he doesn't want me blowing him up, but yeah, what it does is from what I understand, is it takes amino acids that trigger the hypothalamus into producing just a little bit of extra HGH or growth hormone,
right?
So that it helps your body sleep, it helps your body, gives you energy, and it helps build muscle. And by the way, I am definitely inviting you guys to hit me up and tell me why I should not be using them or should be using them, because
I'm equally curious.
Drew was saying that for a period of time he had used them. A lot of people use them orally, but they're not as effective orally as the injection.
Yeah.
The orally, it gets dissolved in the stomach and it doesn't get into the bloodstream as much as the injection does. And you look at people that are using peptides, and you can tell a difference. Like,
what are the side effects? What are they? Anything?
Diarrhea. Itchiness.
I already have so much.
I don't mind diarrhea though.
Yeah.
Like itchiness in affected area, increased water retention. That's if you're. By the way, that is if you are fucking loading up on them. This guy, the fucking guy, is very light on them, and he starts you off in very light so that he can kind of find out where you are. Dry mouth. None of these.
So when did you start?
None of these. The other day.
And you do one a day? You do one.
You do 5. By the way, I hope to God what I'm saying is not illegal.
Why would it be illegal?
I don't know.
Well, how often
you do 5 days on, 2 days off, 5 days on, 2 days off.
Is it one injection a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Into your tongue. And so
into your tongue?
No, I'm kidding. But a slew of peptides are now banned. I found the peptides I'm taking, and they're all like pretty common. They're not like horrible. I don't know.
Are you feeling any different?
No, yeah.
No, yeah.
I'm only a couple days in.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've talked to Drew about it, and Drew's like, I don't know, man. We should really look at these. Leanne's not taking hers yet. Leanne got them for anti-aging, and then I was like, I go, don't do it. She was like, why? I was like, I like what you look like, and I don't want you to look younger, and then all of a sudden you stop, you drop off, and turn into a fucking old hag. Like, can you imagine her like they work, and then you're like, God, you look fucking awesome. You look awesome. And she's like, I'm done taking them, and then the next morning she wakes up just going, where's the ring?
Yeah, and you're whatever. Like, never mind. Just don't even start.
Yeah.
So wait, let's talk about this. So a couple weeks ago, we actually did stand up at the Rose Bowl, outside of the Rose Bowl.
Outside of the Rose Bowl.
An outdoor drive-in show.
The largest concert held on the West Coast this year.
Yes. The largest concert since March. Since March. It was. Some of you went. Thank you very much for coming. To me, it's a very different thing. Like, you have been doing these you are the drive-in guy, especially in the world of comedy. You've done a lot of them. I mean, you've been on tour all year. You know, everybody who follows this knows that. You've been on the road and really, I think, built that business like from the ground up.
That guy Mark Reblay too. You have Mark
Reblay, yeah.
Mark Reblay is am I not saying his right name? Reblay?
Yeah.
He did. So I did one on Thursday. I think he did one Wednesday.
Yeah.
Same venue, same thing. His show apparently is amazing.
He's a fucking amazing performer.
I've never seen it because we're working at the same time.
He's an amazing performer.
But he does it, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to give anything away, but I think he does it from a box.
I mean, he can create a fucking soundtrack just with his keyboard, his looping machine,
and everything's brand new.
And it's
so
just like,
from what I understand,
incredible.
He does it. So this was the big knock on drive-ins initially, and a lot of people didn't buy tickets when I went on tour because some celebrities were doing satellite drive-ins, meaning like they would record a show.
Garth Brooks did that.
And you're like,
Garth Brooks was like, I'm doing 100 city drive-in. And everybody was like, oh, wow. And then he was like, you go there and you get your ticket, and then we'll play the video that I recorded.
That's so stupid.
Like, what? That's not.
What Mark Reblay does is, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to ruin his show, but he is in a green screen box.
Yeah.
at the drive-in, and he's talking about things that are going on. So
he got a phone line on stage so that people in that show could call him on stage, and he could talk to people at the show.
He's a really interesting guy. His brain works very different, and it's cool. Like I remember when, and I'll be very honest, we did something like I guess Mark does he has a golf cart take him to stage, or maybe he did once on that Wednesday show. They're like, he does a thing with a golf cart, and I was like, oh, we have golf carts, and they're like, yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a big entrance on the golf cart, and then you realize I couldn't because it was dark when my show started, so you couldn't see me, and so then we had this golf cart floating around, and I was like, you know what we need to do is do a meet and greet on the golf cart, and so that's because like other people did meet and greets, but
here's the thing that I took away from these. Like I thought this before, and then being there, I was like, I'm correct.
What's that?
It is a total Bert experience. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like when you're there, you're like, this is by and for Bert.
Oh,
I mean, every element of it. Like when you started telling me about these, like when you started doing them, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do those. And you're like, it's awesome. The people are tailgating. And I was like, I definitely don't want to do it. Yeah. And you're like, and they're like partying outside. And I was like, nope, hard pass.
It's the fucking greatest.
And yeah, and everything that you told me, I was like, you know, that's you. And then I got to see it in person. And I mean, you already know this. I was super reluctant to do this.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want to do this. But I'll tell you this, man. I really was proud of you because I saw it as something that you had built and done, and I saw you like in your element, and the whole thing to me screamed Bert from like the outdoor element of like people there, and they're sitting on their pickups, and they're you know, some of them are like they're fucking grilling, and they're, you know, they have their beers, and then the big screens, and I was like, man, this really is
it's so beautiful too.
It's a beautiful setting.
The sun setting over the mountains. Everyone's sitting watching a beautiful sunset. It gets dusk. Then the show starts. Everyone's got beers. They're all wrapped up in blankets in the back of their trucks. Yeah. I mean, it's like everything I love about.
It's everything you love.
It's everything I love that I didn't know stand up could have in it.
Yeah, and I didn't think it could have it in here. And then we do the show. And it's, you know, that's the other thing is I was also reluctant because I was like, I haven't done a lot of stand up this year.
Yeah.
And I had a special come out, so I haven't been like doing as much. I did a weekend of shows before.
Yeah.
I did the 6 shows in OKC, and I was like, all right, at least I feel a little warmed up. And then it is a different because you were telling me, you're like, oh, you know, you won't hear the audience. This is what you told me I was like, what? Like, how do you even?
You won't hear that. I think we had like 2,000, I don't know.
We had like over 1,000 cars, and every car averaged like
4 people.
Yeah, so there's 1,000. But you have to remember, like when you go see stand up at a club or a theater, you know, there's a cadence and a rhythm, and it's all based on like say something, hear something, right? And then you pause, you push through it, like it's all that dance. So on these outdoor shows, they're like you might hear the people in the front who are sitting outside their cars, which is like 50 to 100 people.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
It's like
everybody else.
It's like you're performing for a intimate club.
Yeah.
But it's 4,000 people.
Which like it doesn't even register in your mind. You know who I ended up like reacting the most to?
Who?
The stagehands.
Oh yeah.
Because I would hit a big joke, and then you would just hear a guy 6 feet away from you going like, ha ha, like that, and you're like, oh okay.
Stagehands were dying during your set because
they hadn't heard it,
and they hadn't heard it, and they literally, and they're big laughers. They're all got real good sense of humor. And I was sitting in the back listening to yours in the sound booth. So there's a sound booth behind the stage. I was with those guys. Maybe they were doing the screen. I forget. And me and the dude back there running the board were crying, laughing together. Just 2 people. So you forget.
But you're literally, I'm up there doing the set and being like, I can hear 50 people laughing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then you're telling yourself, oh, but there's a few thousand people out here.
And you realize that there are people in their cars. Some people have their cars or inside their cars, windows up because of COVID. And that's what I love about it also is that you're giving people the opportunity to decide their comfortableness.
I talked to a guy after the show. I'm like, so what do you think? He's like, yeah, it's definitely weird. And it's definitely different than a normal show. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know, there is like that environmental thing when you're at like a big theater, right? And he's like, so we would be in a car and like some things like, he goes like, I would laugh at, the person next to me is not laughing. Sometimes we wouldn't laugh. And you look and the people in the car next to you are laughing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're laughing really hard and they're not. Like he's like, so it's it's a very like isolated kind of experience.
Yeah.
But also it's the experience that exists because of the world right now. Like that is like what it is, man.
The one thing that I'm very happy to be able to offer people is a chance of normalcy. So like my sister just had a baby, and so she has been pregnant for all of COVID, and she just had a baby during COVID. Cotty. And
is that her second baby?
Second baby, yeah. Oh. Beautiful blue eyes, black hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
This fucking kid's gorgeous. And so she called me the next day, and she was like, I had such a great time. I haven't been out of the house. I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And to be able to get out of the house and feel a little normal, go to the Rose Bowl.
It's wild to get all the people thanking you, and you're like, please.
It's like, yeah. And look, there's a ton of that where I could go, it's going to sound virtue signaling, but the stagehands are very grateful for the work. The guys working on the thing are very grateful to have jobs, because that is their business, is putting on live shows. Yeah. And no one's doing them. So they're very grateful. The people, all your management, all your team, all your bus driver, everyone's working. So that's like a really great thing. And then mostly what I think is to allow the people that, like myself, I'm just saying this right now, I want to see a lot of concerts. I want us to go out and be normal. I want to go out with my wife. I would love to come pick you and push up and have Leanne in the car and then go see a fucking live show.
It'd be great.
At a fucking concert.
Yeah. So, I would go to that for a music show. I think it would be fun as shit to go.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, so the other thing is, okay, so it is like a Bert night. It's a Bert experience.
But we're grilling ribs by our bus.
So that's the thing is, you've always told me about that, but I've always been like, what? Because I go, look, our bus lives are very different. I mean, like the way you do the bus and the way I do the bus, like
just when you walked on our bus, you're like, oh my God, you guys live in this bus.
Oh, this is chaos. I mean, my bus looks like a fucking like a infectious disease doctor lives on the bus, and that's not even during COVID. Like it is just clean. And first of all, like there's like two people. I don't even like a stranger getting like a friend. If someone brings a friend, like, "This is my friend," I'm like, "Cool, why don't you wait outside?"
Yeah.
Like I don't even let people come on the bus. Like your bus looked like a dorm room. Like, there's just shit everywhere. Everywhere. And I was like, how many people are sleeping on here? You guys like, fuck, 7? I'm like, oh
7 people sleep on our bus.
God.
This podcast is brought to you by Bubs. I just got my shipment of Bubs, and we were just talking about peptides. Yeah. And there are peptides in the Bubs. This is all about collagen, hair, skin, rejuvenation.
And when your body stops producing it less, like in your 20s, it goes down. So you need something to replenish yourself.
And that's why I love Bubs. And it also helps with your joints. And I am having a hard time. I've run 889 miles this year. And I'm looking for something to help me with my joints. Dude, I love Bubs. They come in this supplement. You can dump it in your coffee, put it into a shake, and it's not grainy. It literally folds right into whatever you're drinking. I absolutely love it. Bubs is serious about quality and simplicity and self-improvement. Collagen supports active, energetic lifestyles and does some damage control too. You feel great, you do good. Bubs is named after the beloved friend, Navy SEAL, and fallen hero, Glenn Bub Doherty. Bub was an adventure seeker, a rabble-rouser, and a warrior, and in honor of his passion and selfless spirit, 10% of all Bub's natural profits are donated to charity. To get 20% off your first order when you use the promo code BEARS at bubsnaturals.com. That's 20% off with the promo code BEARS at BUBSnaturals.com.
So total chaos in that regard. Then you've always talked about the girl, Dave Williamson. Let me just say this, man. That is some of the best. I'm serious. Some of the best barbecue I've ever had. And I'm not an amateur with this. Like I travel all over the country. I always seek it out. KC, Texas, Carolina. You know, like any of those cities, you hit it up. I mean, Dave, it has a gift. That shit was.
He really has a gift.
And then you guys are like, we eat this every night. I'm like, we might want to.
Dave grills every night. He'll get up
brisket, baby back ribs. I mean, and he made different ones. I was like,
he made 2 different types of ribs for you guys because I
can't stop thinking about it.
They were the best. I mean, I was watching Push just fucking go to town on a rib.
She was like, have you brought one of these? I was like, yeah.
That's every time we pull into a city, San Antonio.
Amazing, man.
He gets up early. We pull in, the bus comes in at like 8 in the morning. Dave's up, pulls out the smoker, puts a brisket on, goes back to bed and lets it sit there. And then after the show, we come out. He made an 18-pound Wagyu brisket because Rogan was going to come out to San Antonio. And so he's like, we hit up Rogan and we're like, hey man, come do a show with us. And he was like, I'd love to. I don't know if I'm getting back from a hunt on time, but let's see. I'll do San Antonio. So Dave's like, dude, I got this 18-pound Wagyu brisket. I'll make it for Rogan. So he gets up early, makes an 18-pound Wagyu brisket. It is to this day, my mouth's watering. It felt we actually heated some up for you that night. It melted in your mouth.
It really, listen, I mean, it really was something. I was like, oh my God. So this is like, okay, you guys are doing this every night?
Every night.
It's so crazy.
Every night, Dave smoking something. We're filming everything. We're having cocktails. Like everyone starts drinking.
Yeah, your whole thing is a different. Well, but this is what I want to get to. So it's like there's that part of it. There's the party. There's the drinking.
The best is when I got off stage and you were like, I can tell you've done a lot of these.
Yes.
Because my momentum is like I'm almost like if I have a joke that I know is funny and it does and I don't hear a ton of laughs, I go, it's killing.
Oh yeah.
Like
well,
it's
no. I mean, you had the. I've been there's a thing like when you do Oddball. If you ever do Oddball, like the big amphitheater tour, what we would do is because you would have people come on and off of it, right? And when it was someone's first day, we're like, have you ever done these? And they'll go, no. And you're like, don't worry about tonight. It's gonna feel weird. By tomorrow or Saturday, this will feel totally normal.
Yeah.
And it was basically consistent every time. They would be like by the second show, they're like, oh, now I know how to do this. And what it mean is like, there's 10,000 plus people. We're outside. It's not an environment you're used to performing in. It takes like a show to get used to it.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that. And I could tell, like watching you when you get up, I was like, I could tell you've done 50
And I had
of these.
cheat codes like where I have jokes where I know that if I punch in the middle of this joke, it works even better. I've definitely
things you figure out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I definitely have figured out how to perform at a drive-in to the point where like it doesn't bother me if a train drives by in the middle of my set at all.
Which happens.
Which happened all through Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like it literally a train went by every 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I could tell. I mean, you were just rolling. And
Yeah.
you did 75 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to do 40. I was like, 75 minutes later. So, but we get off and you're like, okay, are you ready to do the meet and greet?
This is my favorite
and
part.
I go, no. And you're like, no, this is so fun, Tommy. This is so fun. And I go, no. And you're like, come on, just get on the back of the golf cart. I'm like, we sit here. You go, no, we stand. And I'm like, stand? And you're like, yeah. And Dave will drive us through. And it's not like a golf cart. It's a gas-powered, like John Deere fucking tractor thing. And you are like, you're like, isn't this the best? And I go, no. And we're driving through the like where the people were parked. And they're all like cheering and shirtless and screaming. Yeah. And you're like, yes. And I was like, let's go back. Let's go back.
It's the same.
This is a study in our two personalities.
Yeah. Hit play.
All right, Dave. Don't let us get too close to anybody. We can't die here. Oh, sushi.
Would love some sushi.
Hey, thank you guys for coming out.
Cheers. Thanks for coming. Picture with you.
Come on, guys. Hey, thank you for coming out. This is so you. You love this shit. Hey! Look at this dog.
Look how happy Bert is.
I love this part.
Oh, look at these right here. Hey! Fuck yeah! Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you. Thank you guys. Fuck yeah! Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
Look at Tom.
Yeah.
Tom's like, what the fuck? What? Look at.
This was so unstable.
Yeah, look how tall this guy is.
Oh,
Look how tall this guy is.
Oh, thank you, brother. All right, Dave, don't get us gridlocked.
Oh my God.
Hey, thank you guys for coming out. Can't believe you did this. Thank you guys for coming out.
This is my favorite part of the shows.
Look how many people are here. It's crazy.
Oh, see,
You think those are Bert fans or Tom fans right there?
I think they split the fence.
Dogs, I smell like shit.
I fuck dogs. I smell like shit.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great night. Be safe. Hey! Christina! Isn't this amazing, Tom? I've been doing this all summer. Hey, thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Have a great night, everybody.
This is my favorite part. We've had good ones these.
Thank you. Thank you. See this? I do this so that I know I didn't bomb. Hey, thank you so much.
It's great.
Hey, thank you guys.
it's a great equalizer to know like how your night went.
Yeah.
Because I had one show in Indy, a late show that did not go so well, and I did the meet and greet, and they're like, "We're just trying to get out of here, buddy." And
you're like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we got back and we jump off the John Deere fucking gas powered thing, and you're like, "What'd you think?" And I go, "I think you're a fucking redneck."
I do it.
This has that experience right there. That had Florida vibes to me.
Oh right.
You know what I mean? Like when you're in high school, someone's like, "You want to drive through some groves?" And you're like, "How do you do that?" And just hop on this fucking thing,
Come
man.
on, boy.
Woo! Yeah.
It's fun. I do that because sometimes in those places, like we did that in Philly.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I want to say 2,000 cars or whatever. Maybe it was, I forget what it was, but it was so wide and big that I go, the people in the back maybe didn't get to see the same show the people in the front got.
Totally.
So you get in the car and then you go drive to the back and you say hi, and they're like, and they feel like they saw you.
Only you would have figured out to do this. There's like I could have done 60 of these and I'd be like, there's no fucking way I'm driving down there.
Oh, well, you want to do a meet and greet. I remember the first Rainout we had, I went out and it was a Rainout and they were like, show's canceled. And we had waited till like 1 a.m. and they were still there. 1 a.m. and still there. And so I just went out in the golf cart.
Did they reschedule or did they just cancel?
Just cancel it. And so we went out in the golf cart. I went out to apologize and I came out and there was like fucking like 400, 500 people there. And I was just, and they're all sitting there and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, just tell the machine. And I was like, how about I do some new material? And then I ended up on this back of the golf cart. They're all standing around in a big area. And I ended up, and then I'm like, wait, I'm just doing the show in lightning.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I was like, the show's canceled because we might get hurt. You guys need to go home. But I love that meet and greet. That meet and greet makes me giggle.
It was a fun experience. I mean, it was really an experience. Like I actually
I'm curious to see like, because
they all came up to me and they're like, "Will you do these?"
Oh, everyone.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you. There's a way to figure out. I think we were all set up in the way. And look, theaters are amazing. The experience you have in a theater, I can't wait to get back in a theater.
They're so good.
Because the laughter is so contagious and it's so how it's supposed to be done.
The whole thing is that theaters are actually perfect for stand-up.
They really are perfect.
Yeah.
I will say amphitheaters are pretty next level.
They're the shit.
Amphitheaters are pretty great. We did one in Grand Junction, which was the best show we've ever had. San Antonio, San Francisco, I have 2 shows tomorrow on Friday that are in outdoor seated, socially distant. So like you buy your table and then you can fit 10 people at your table of your people, like or 5 people. But those are pretty great. I'm curious to think what this will do to stand up and what it's going to do to the way I look at touring, because I want to get back into theaters. I want to do theaters again, but I also loved offering something a little different.
I think that's cool.
Like I wouldn't mind doing like I have a few ideas of other things. I know Fortune told me she did baseball stadiums, and I was like, that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Amphitheaters would be cool. Finding a way to do a different style of show or give someone a different type of experience, I think maybe separates your ticket from the rest of them.
The amphitheater thing is really cool as long as you can in a normal situation you have to have like the numbers, like they're so big.
Well, they have these civic amphitheaters that seat like 1,000, 2,000.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like Sacramento's got a bunch of them. I think I'm doing one in Sacramento, but it's like a civic amphitheater where they built it for the city, and the problem is I don't know how to get a hold of them. And those weren't available to us when we started doing these. It was just drive-ins. But I'm curious to see where it will go and what it would do to like the way you'd want to do a show. Like if someone said to you, "Oh, we've got, I don't know." I just keep thinking when you go in to do theaters, your ticket is up against Brian Regan, Jim Gaffigan, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Everyone sells theaters, and you're also someone that sells theaters. But when you offer a show that maybe not at a drive-in or maybe it's at a different styled venue, then people might look at it and go, hey, that's actually a totally different event. It's comedy. It's still comedy, but we can go bring our blankets.
It's a different experience.
It's a different
You're right. You're totally right. You're totally right on that. I think it's actually very cool that you've built that. Before we go, so we have basketball coming up, 1-on-1.
Yes.
I have played 0.
I've played
0.
I've not played at all either.
I went to a park the other day, and when they to shoot.
Yeah.
And when I got there, the city had still not unlocked the hoops when they locked it down during quarantine. like when there was like a city lockdown.
Oh yeah.
So they just have all the hoops like locked off. I was like, oh, so I can't even shoot hoops here. What?
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
What if we did in the meantime
Yeah.
a food challenge?
We should do something stupid.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I have nothing but stupid ideas. I wanted to see.
I picked up on that, and I feel like
I wanted to do a challenge to see who could get their right arm bigger than their left arm, and so the difference was whose left arm could be smaller. So the winning was how much bigger your right arm was than your left arm. Not my big arm bigger than your arm, but how much bigger my right arm would be than my left arm. So just do biceps in one arm and try to use your left arm as little as possible.
That's profoundly stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, I like it. We could do something like that. Food-wise, what do you think you could just smash that you don't think, that you could beat me at? Like, I'm thinking things like, like donut holes, pizza, burgers, like thing where you're like, I actually, like the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
I think we should do something really dumb.
Oysters.
Oh, shit. The only thing, okay. It's interesting because like you can pound so many. I think we'll probably get pretty sick, right?
Yeah. Okay. Then let's not angle to get sick.
Yeah.
Because that's probably a bad idea. And here's the deal.
Hey, once you're 50 oysters in, I think you're gonna be like, I am gonna fucking really. It's gonna come out of both ends for a while.
Throwing up oysters would be the worst thing to throw up. What about chicken wings?
That's a good one.
Chicken wings, but the problem is, what if we got Hooters buffalo shrimp?
We'll definitely have diarrhea, but I think that's probably for all of these.
Yeah.
How many think you could take down? How many? Because I always wanted to do the donut holes.
I ate 50 very quickly the other day.
What, donut holes?
No, I could eat donut holes. I can just pop them in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's a fucking murder those.
You mean the buffalo shrimp?
Buffalo shrimp. I ate 50 very quickly. Very quickly.
We should do a sweet and a savory competition.
Okay. Let's see. What we should do a milkshake drinking contest. Who can drink it the fastest? I just get cold headaches.
Yeah, that's a good one. Milkshake. I think we need to do sweet and savory.
Sweet and savory?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like
savory
one,
is salty.
Well, yeah. One is like like the chicken wing thing, and one is the sweet thing.
Okay. So what would be?
I think donut holes is hilarious because it could get up into like triple digits.
You think?
I think so.
I do. I'd be up for donut holes. So what? You gotta not eat for a day?
You can do however you want, but I'm thinking you have to see how many you can eat in a period of time. Obviously,
Okay.
You give yourself like a limit. Like that's how they do the hot dog eating. Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
See, I want to. My fucking problem is I want to enjoy them. Like when I see the hot dog eating contest, I'm like, yeah, but just eat them.
Well, that's a other level. We can't get into that. I mean, those people.
What about those little conies?
The little
with chili and cheese on them.
Oh, the little ones.
I was about to say rape, but I rape my mouth with those. My mouth's like, oh, please stop. I'm like, oh, you'll take it. You'll take what you.
How many think you can take down?
Fuck. I ate 2 in Cleveland. I ate 2 Pacos.
What's a Paco?
It's a coney dog, but it's got mustard. You put mustard, relish. My mouth's watering. I'm fucking so hungry right now.
Me too.
I ate 2 of them in 45 seconds. 2, they're like legit big size with a sausage in them. And everyone in the bus was staring at me. I was about to go on stage, and I just lost control. Mm-hmm. And they had just showed up, and they were hot. And so I just ate 2 in 45 seconds. And they were like, hey, man, I think you're going to get sick. And I went on stage, and it hurt to talk.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah.
Those Pacos. Type in Paco's hot dog. I want Tom to see them. They're so good looking. Paco's, Tony Paco's. Okay. That's it. Yeah, hot dogs. Tony Paco's.
There we go. Okay.
They're legit size. That's it. That's it. Look at that. I took down 2 of those in 45 seconds.
Do you think you could eat 20 of them in 5 minutes?
I don't know if I could eat 20. I can definitely eat 5. I know that.
Well, that's a big difference.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to because they come in packs of 5.
Okay.
I could have eaten all 5 of those within a minute.
Well, we need to. I think that's one of the next things we need to do as well.
Okay, eating challenge. I like it. I would be great if we could get something that like My mouth is watering so bad right now. Do you hear it? Like I'm like
Let's set it up, man.
milkshakes, Krispy Kreme glazed donuts.
Yeah.
A dozen within.
We had
a
those.
minute.
Remember that we did that? Like
Oh yeah,
early?
we did do that.
Yeah, but we didn't get that far. It was, I think it was harder to keep going. Like the sweetness is it's a great like punch, like a hit.
Yeah.
But then you're like, it overwhelms you.
I'm bummed that we don't have enough like good food in Los Angeles right now.
Right now?
Yeah, like there's like it's hard to go get food.
Yeah.
I want Tony Paco's right now. Like I want something ridiculously crazy with chili on it. I want to get sick. I got to work out today.
Okay.
I'm gaining weight like fucking crazy.
Let's do it.
Guess what this is?
What?
The key to my bike.
Nice.
No one takes it while I'm out.
Oh,
No.
nice.
Selling these Hot Summer Nights keychains at my shows.
Let's see the key. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hot Summer Nice key. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Happy birthday, Bert.
Thank you. Thank you for my present. It's the
You're
best
welcome.
present I've ever gotten.
You're awesome, man. All right. Bye, guys.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave.